The LEGO Movie 2 picks almost directly where the last one left off, as we follow our heroes to the Sistar system to prevent Armageddon. I liked this film. I thought it was a pretty good sequel, and while it's not the greatest sequel, it does have plenty of heart. I will say that I'm continuously amazed by the quality of the animation for these films. It looks like they used actual Lego bricks and Lego minifigures to tell this story. I just think that's really neat. They get all the textures right, they get some paint chipping going on. It's really impressive. All the actors in this film deliver solid performances, with Chris Pratt performing a dual role where he plays the character Emmett from the first film and a new character, Rex, which is kind of a take on the 80s action hero machismo archetype. It gets pretty meta, as Rex is an amalgamation of Pratt's later roles such as Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy. This character Rex has an army of velociraptors he hangs out with, and he's able to fly his spaceship. All the voice actors from the supporting characters return for this film, and we get a nice surprise with Tiffany Haddish. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of her. She does the party girl kind of thing a little too frequently for my liking in other films. I liked her in Girls Trip, but here she does a really good job, and I don't know if she's ever done voice work before, but she does a pretty bang-up job here. I will say that with this being the fourth film in the LEGO theatrical franchise, things are starting to get a little bit stale. The over-the-top mile-a-minute gags aren't working as well as they did in the first one, and it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they're using a lot of pop culture references as the basis of these jokes. Remember, we're playing with franchises here. What really detracts from this film is that a lot of the jokes don't land, and because the jokes are so rapid fire, they're either too quick to catch, too subtle, or they just flat out don't work. But aside from the comedic shortcomings, the film's strength is its heart, and the message is a pretty solid message. And if you've ever shooed your little brother or sister away while you were trying to play because you thought you're too cool for them, this will make you feel bad about having done so. It's a nice message, and I've read some comments from some parents who immediately after seeing this film went to go buy a Lego set, and their kids wanted to get a second Lego set for their siblings. Messages of sharing and collaborating are something I'm never going to fault a kids film for having. The film handles these messages pretty well, and it doesn't feel too preachy, doesn't feel too over the top. It hits that sweet spot. If you're still trying to get Everything Is Awesome out of your head from the first LEGO movie, you're going to have a couple more songs to try and get out of your head with this one. Some of the songs are just okay, but there are quite a number of songs that I found to be pretty enjoyable. And while I don't really understand the decision to take the LEGO Movie, which really wasn't a musical in the first film, and transform it into a quasi-musical, I wasn't displeased with the songs. The first and second acts of this film are very much so the weakest, and you feel them dragging a bit, but it really sticks the landing, and I feel that's the strong point of this film and what anybody who sees this film is going to be talking about. That's where the emotional punch comes in. I'm not entirely sure why, but they don't really have Will Ferrell in this film as much as they did in the first one. The only things that we really see of him is just voiceover work. You hear him off in the distance in the live action scenes, and he's on screen as a Lego for maybe about 30 seconds. Speaking more to the live action scenes, it's a little odd that they chose to focus a little bit more on the live action stuff as opposed to re-immersing us in this imaginary world. It's not a bad choice, it just kind of takes away that special factor that the first one had, where everything was set in the Lego world. The side characters from the first film kind of get swept to the side, and it's really Emmett and Lucy's story with a hint of Rex, and I'm not entirely disappointed with that. I liked the side characters. I would have liked to see a little bit more of them, but I get it. They would have just slowed down the narrative of the film. I don't know how long it'll be going on. I'm assuming it's while supplies last, but when I got my movie ticket, I was given a little Lego set that came with a little minifigure of Emmett, which was a total surprise to me, and I gotta say that's a pretty neat little marketing gimmick. It's incredible to think that it's been 5 years since the first LEGO movie came out and ultimately redefined what animated films could be and do. And while this isn't a perfect film, it's perfectly deserving of calling itself a LEGO movie sequel. I recommend it. The kids will enjoy it, parents will enjoy it. It's good, clean family fun. Hey guys, have you seen the LEGO Movie 2? If you have, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Unfortunately, this is my second time doing this review. The first time, the file never properly exported, even though I watched it export. While it sucks that the first review is lost, I cannot retrieve it, there's no way for me to get it back, it's gone. It did give me a chance to think over things a little bit more and include some things that I left out in the initial review. So hopefully going forward there are no more technical issues. If you liked this video, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.